as well, the MD at Amul India. Remember, Amul had increased the prices of milk by 2 rupees across the nation. And this is what we want to get more clarity from Mr. Sodhi as well. Mr. Sodhi, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with ET Now. Now, this is the third hike in the fresh milk prices this calendar itself. What trajectory can we expect with milk prices going forward? Because we are hoping that perhaps this is the end of the upcycle and perhaps there'll be some cuts coming in later. What's your sense?
This price hike, which we have done for 2 rupees a litre, only for the full cream high end. Mainly people consume taza, tone or cow, where we have not increased the price. Third is, you are saying how much increase this. Let me give you some data. Last 1 year, price increase or MRP increase is only 9% in the varieties, all varieties, except full cream, where it is 12 to 13%. Vis-a-vis, price paid to the farmers have increased by 15%. And if you compare the input cost increase, that is the dry fodder, which has increased by more than 60-70%, green fodder by 40 to 50%, the cattle feed is increased by 20 to 22%. We wish farmers earn more so that they can feed more to their animals. Now, we could increase only 15% cost procurement price to the farmer. They need more.
Right. Mr. Sodhi, what is happening to demand sentiment on ground, given that inflation has been pinching everyone's pocket? Do you think a price hike at this time would further impair demand?
Let me tell you, I'm in this industry for the last 40 years. And the volume growth which we are getting in this first 6 months, never in the history. It's a double-digit volume growth across all categories. I mean, the first 6 months, our turnover increased around 32%. And the price increase is, because we started lately, impact is only 8 to 9%. So balance 20 to 22% increase has come because of volume. And it is not with the Amul. I've checked with everybody. Everybody is selling more. Reason is simple. You see, consumers have realized during this COVID and that they want more nutritious food, pure natural food, but affordable brands. So that is why the brands which are available, which are trustworthy, are selling more. And I think farmers are definitely under pressure because of increase in cost of feed or input prices. So, and last 2 years during COVID, the feed costs increased during that time also, but we could not increase the price of milk. You may be comparing increased price milk last 1 year, but if you see last 3 years, average increase is 6 to 7% or even less than that. So farmers are under pressure, cost increase, cost of production, but sale price are not increased in proportion to the increase in input cost. So I feel with the coming time, farmers are going to get benefit of this increased affordability of a consumer to pay for the milk or any other food prices.
Right. But what about the festive demand versus what you saw pre-COVID? How is that across all segments and geographies?
You're right. Festive demand is tremendous. You see, any festival in India, demand for milk or milk product used to increase. But if it used to increase by X, this time it is 2X. The reason is simple. Because last 2 or 3 years, we could not celebrate our Diwalis, Dasara, anything. So now it has come after 3 years. So people are spending more, people are buying more, people are enjoying more. Similarly, out-of-home consumption or HoReCa consumption has also not much more than the pre-COVID. I mean, it's a tremendous demand which we are getting from restaurants, hotels, caterers, because everybody is having marriages and parties. So demand from consumer has also increased, demand from HoReCa segment also increased, and consumption has also increased. So all these 3 things put together is giving what volume growth we are getting.
So could you give us some details in terms of how the rural versus urban demand sentiment is panning out?
Well, let me tell you, nowadays, in packed food items which are affordable and common man, I don't think you can differentiate in urban and rural. Even now, milk is also in a lot of rural areas consumed packed. So when I say increase in demand is very good, but one trend which we have seen, volume growth is coming more from the tier 2, tier city, semi-rural or rural areas more. Because their shift is maximum for unorganized or unbranded to the branded side.
And talking about the relatively newer segment, how is the performance for the chocolate segment going? What kind of growth are you seeing?
No doubt dairy is growing across all the categories, but new areas where shift has recently taken place from unbranded loose to branded, that is one is the sweets, then paneer, and also the cream, etc. There we are finding tremendous growth. I think Indian sweets is the next category which is going to get the tremendous growth, not only on volume basis, but also overall proportion to our business. So that is there. Coming to the non-dairy segment, we have entered number of segment that is the like frozen potato. Okay, French fries and other lot of other potato-based or dairy-based ready-to-eat. There also, I mean, we just put up a new plant, but 100% capacity. Chocolates, we put up a very modern, very big plant 3 years back, thinking we'll be able to utilize the capacity in the next 5-6 years, but already that capacity is over. Now we are doubling the capacity. Because we are in chocolates, we are basically in the very, very niche segment where more cocoa is used or high cocoa content chocolates, or which is called dark chocolates. And consumers, especially the teenagers and elders, they are shifting more towards the high cocoa content chocolate.
Okay, and we understand from reports that Amul will be merged with 5 other cooperative societies to form a multi-state cooperative society. What's the update on this front and how will it impact business?
No. I think that some reporter has misreported. That is wrong reported. There's no such talk or move Amul merging with any other cooperative. First, let me tell you, there's no such initiative, talk, or anything. Only, I think what was going on that Amul, along with 4 or 5 other cooperatives, joining hands together, floating a new multi-state cooperative to sell organic products, okay, or some other exporting. So, but that is going to be different cooperative. Amul, today we are doing, it will continue to like do that. It's like Amul investing in some other organization where we our purpose is common with other cooperatives.
Okay, and the other thing which has been plaguing the entire dairy sector is the lumpy skin disease. In fact, a lot of states have been talking about how second year in a row that's impacted the production. What's your sense of how the situation is on the ground now?
Lumpy skin disease was there in Gujarat few months back and last year also. Then it had gone to other states like Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, UP. And when the lumpy skin is there, where the animal is affected, naturally production reduces 60, 70, 80% for that affected animal. And total affected animals are only 1 or 2% of the total. And out of that, the mortality rate is also 1 or 2%. 1 or 2% or 1 or 2%. And the production was reduced. But now I gather all over India, lumpy skin is not there now. It's more or less under control because lakhs of animals are vaccinated. And because of now monsoon also going away, so lumpy skin like in Gujarat, there are no cases.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sodhi, for joining in and giving us a view on the price increase as well as the outlook going forward.